Hey guys, Fire J here, continuing on Donkey Kong Country 2. In the last episode, I really shouldn't do this anymore. I've got to stop doing that. But this is going to be post-commentary due to the fact that it's going to introduce one of my favorite songs. So let's go through Glimmer's Galleon. I am not a fan of this area, just to say that right now. But right on the top, you got a bonus area. Find the token, not that difficult. The weird thing is, they do this for both bonus games in this level. It's another maze with the bonus. But all you have to do is just navigate yourself through everything. It's not that hard at all. And right there, you got your coin. But, I'm gonna say this right now. I was stupid and I missed the bonus coin and the DK coin in this level, but at the end of the video, you'll see where they are. I found them later on. So, I feel sorry for that poor enemy right there. He's drowning, and he's the only one doing it. And here we have our animal buddy, Glimmer. If I'm not mistaken, this is the only level you'll see him in. Glimmer's only used to light up the level, and in all honesty, it's useful, but then again, it isn't. Because you can already see most of the boundaries and everything. It's okay to see where you're going and all, but Glimmer really doesn't have too much of a use. And right up here you got your K, but yeah. I don't like this level mainly because I'm not a fan of the darkened levels where you're... And there goes Dixie. Oh, excuse me. But I don't know. I just really am not a fan of this level. Like I said, I'm not a biggest fan of Creme Quay anyway. It's not my least favorite area. I'm going to say that much. The only reason he gets away with that is because it has... a couple of my favorite songs in the game, but we'll get into that later. And speaking of which, the reason I'm doing post-commentary on this is because we're going to get the introduction of my favorite song, but we won't really hear it. What do I mean by that? Well, you'll see what I mean later on. Oh, sorry. I had to do something. Down there, you got an extra DK barrel if you need to get it, which I think I do need to get. So I'm going to come over here, go down, and there we go. Going to float back up. And not only that, I hated that they tease you with those banana arrows right there. Where they're indicating where you need to go. You can't get to them. That's the thing. You cannot get those banana arrows. Sometimes you can get bits and pieces of it, but you can never get the full-on arrow. And I hate lockjaws. Sorry for the silence right there. But essentially, this is just one of those levels where you have to navigate yourself through a dark maze, which really isn't much of a maze. And down here... caution when doing this. You cannot go back up, so you have to go through that loop again with the lockjaw. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. And geez, we're having like a Glimmer rave party. I swear, that's the funny thing about Glimmer is that if you just look in one direction, look the other, you can have pretty much a rave party with strobe lights. I gotta stop saying all right. I'm gonna hold that back as much as I can. Okay. But yeah, there's really not much that can be said about this level. I'm also going to warn you right now, I'm doing post-commentary for the next episode as well, because that is my favorite song. Plus, we got everyone else's favorite song. You know what? I'll explain that in the next episode. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But I guess while I'm going through this level... Oh, checkpoint right there. I can kind of explain... what am I going to explain? No, I'm not going to explain anything. One of my recent purchases, I'm recently on eBay nowadays. I've got the Professor Layton and the Eternal Diva DVD, and I'm actually surprised. That movie was actually kind of good. It was pretty good. Way more decent than other video game movies. If I could, I'd even say it was one of the best ones. But that's because it stayed in its own style. Like, if you played Professor Layton, you'll know that it has like a cartoony style to it, and the cinematics of the game are actually kind of amazing for DS standards. But it essentially keeps that pattern. It keeps the mystery, it keeps some of the riddles. It's interesting how they did that. And I'm not going to lie, it is a good movie. But I'm pretty sure the only place you can get it is from certain shops on eBay. Because it was only released in Japan and London for the most time. We recently got it in America. And not only that, some of it didn't get translated. By that, I mean the words, not the speech. Another cool thing is that they got the original Professor Layton voice actor. Uh, if you don't know what I'm talking about, play Professor Layton. It's an amazing series. I'm going to say it that much. Yes, it is amazing. But it's only for you that like puzzles and riddles and all that. If you don't like that, it's not your kind of game. Just saying that right now. But yeah, I'm going to say it again. It was a good movie. Not going to lie. All right, got 2 coins down here. Another thing I'm tending to do on this game, I'm not intentionally doing this, but I've kind of been speeding through this game. Not going to lie. I mean, this isn't a long game in the least, now that I really think about it. When I was younger, I could have considered it pretty long, but in all actuality, it's not too long. It feels weird announcing that straight off the video that this is post-commentary, but what can I do? Alright, another thing about these puffed ups. Excuse me. Puffed ups in this level. I don't think I mentioned this before. They will explode and shoot their needles in 4 different directions. You're going to want to make sure you dodge those if it wasn't apparent enough. In fact, another thing I should mention. When you exit that side of the screen, they will respawn. Keep that in mind. You don't want to be in the newly made screen when they're around. And there we go. We got Kong and an extra life. So just try and dodge both the needles as much as you can. That one won't puff up for some reason. What you're going to want to do is just come up here and get an extra coin if you really need to. Because he won't float up until you get to him on the other side. And he should be doing it right now. Yeah, see? All right, here we go. This is my favorite song of the game, which sadly, we don't get to hear much of yet. We don't get to hear the gist of it until the next episode. And the sad thing about that song, you only hear it in this and in the other level. It's sad. It's my favorite song, and you don't hear that much. Anyway, got Kong College up here. We unlocked all the Kongs right away, and here we go with Crockhead Clamber. But yeah, after Glimmer's Galleon, you get Funky, Cranky, and Wrinkly. Okay, straight out the back. You're going to go back here. You better learn your roll jump technique. Otherwise, you're kind of screwed in this department unless you have Dixie. So I'm going to try and negotiate through this. And why am I aiming down here? Okay. Essentially, what you're supposed to do is maneuver through the middle of it and then to the end. But I'm just going to kill off Diddy. It's a lot easier. And some reason, they put a chest inside a chest inside a chest inside a DK coin. I don't get it. But, if it's that kind of security, I guess it could work. And this is not a hard level. I mean, I know I've said that about a few things, but this is not too bad of a level. All you really have to do is just negotiate yourself through it. Just make sure you end up on the cattails. Avoid the kaboings. They can get annoying, I'm not going to lie. Kaboings can be a bit of a pain in this level. Alright, there we got Dixie. Dixie. Why can't I not say anything today? And there goes the kaboing. I am not having a good time talking today. And I'm not going to lie. Even though the past disaster kind of ruined the past 3 LPs. Okay, right up here, you're going to want to get your buddy and toss him up. And we got to destroy them all with none other than Squitter! Yeah, it's not that hard. All you have to do is shoot the enemies. And I don't think I mentioned this before, but if you hold up or down with Squitter and you shoot the web, it'll angle the web. You're going to need to know that in a later level. Just saying that right now. But I just lost track of... Dang it, I lost track of my mind. What was I talking about? I know I ended up stopping at an awkward moment, and I don't remember what I was talking about. That's just perfect. Oh, man, I wish I didn't forget. Well, that's what I get for forgetting. Why can't I remember? Well, I'm pretty sure I just disappointed a few people by forgetting what I was talking about. I forgot to introduce cleavers. They can get annoying later on, but for now, all you need to do is wait for them to get their sword stuck and move. They will get annoying later. Trust me. Oh, jeez, I'm not ready for later. Cleavers can be one of the more annoying enemies of the game. Just saying that right now. Oh, and I totally missed with the crit. Well, I missed with the crate, but I guess we can miss with ourselves as well. Darn it, what was I talking about? Oh, and I just got killed by Cleaver. Well, not necessarily. There's a DK barrel right there, so I guess you're kind of safe no matter what. Okay, hit the crockhead barrels. I forgot to mention those too. You hit over them, and it'll temporarily raise the crockheads for a short time. Well, I guess that's what temporary means. But you're going to want to make sure you get over to where you need to go before they go under. Otherwise, you're pretty much screwed, dare I say. Alright, and we're going to just flutter all the way across. Like I said, this really isn't that hard if you have Dixie. However, if you're just Diddy, you might have a little bit of difficulty with it. And speak of the devil, but I think we're way ahead now to where we don't even have to worry. All you have to do is just jump the crockheads, and there you go. And the G's right there, but I missed it terribly. Okay, now I'm going to end this episode off. Yes, I'm going to end it right here. With me hitting some of the bonuses that I missed. And essentially just working off from there. And yes, I am ready for next episode. Because next episode, we are going to go through my favorite level, Rattle Battle. Well, one of my favorite levels. I got to stop saying that. So, here we go with the bonuses. First off, we're going to get after the DK coin we missed in Glimmer's Galleon. You're going to want to swim up here. And you see this 2. I never really got that, but you get 2 free coins anyway. So, shoot. I always forget this part. Essentially, this is still post-commentary, not gonna lie. But I always forget there are 2 entrances you can go through. I got so lost right here. I probably should have just only recorded when I found the dang thing, but this is a moment of my failure. Essentially, you're gonna want to swim up. You're gonna want to stay in the same area, cause no. How stupid can I be? I know I'm not good with lefts and rights and east and west, but come on. Anyway, come on. Yeah, this is how stupid I was at the time. Yeah, I was trying to go through any possible way, but I still had so much trouble just finding a way. Until, well, if I'm smart enough to learn. Come on. Yeah, this is how bad I was failing. Not gonna lie, and it's not that hard. Come on, I'm not this stupid. Or apparently I am. Holy cow. But yeah, I was trying to do anything to get across, and it turns out I was stupider than I could believe. What you're gonna want to do is actually swim to the other side. Not to the bottom, but... wow, seriously, you're gonna want to swim to the top corner. And there we have a number 3 where we get 3 banana bunches. But that's not why we're here. We're going to want to swim up. And there's your DK coin. Alright, so that's out of the way. Let's move on to the bonus. Alright, I stopped it here near the end. You're just going to follow this path I'm going through. I could have gotten this when I went through Glimmer's Galleon. It's actually one that's not that hard to miss, but leave it to me. Alright, we got Sushris, or whatever they're called. Shuris, that's what they're called. I remember. So we're going to want to dodge the Shuris. Just swim across over to that maze-like end of the level. We got the 2 banana coins. Okay, when you see this arrow, you're in the clear. Swim down. Come over here, and you're going to want to dodge this lockjaw. Of course, that's kind of apparent. Trick him into his own trap. Swim down here, and there's your bonus. Now, of course, I got to show this. And remember when I said this bonus was like the first one? Well, I wasn't lying. It's just another maze. The difference is there's bananas in it. And it's a different maze, like I said. But it's just another maze bonus game. It's not that hard either. Remember, the tip is to just follow the non-banana bunch. Alright, so I'll see you guys next episode.